I've always been a car guy. I like driving. I like meeting new people. And limo industries always seem to be a good fit for that. Well, with anything with business, there's a lot of relationships. And we're being in the service industry. It's all about service, a high level of service. So we strive for perfection all of the time, both in equipment and level of service, from the time the client calls in or emails in, to the job being executed, and then all the way up to billing. Everything is it's all about saying what you're going to do, and then you're going to do it, and then when you're done, you're going to tell them what you just did. It's all along those lines. It's really that cut and dry, and you just got to do a good job and do what you say you're going to do. We're a Milwaukee-based, globally operating chauffeured ground transportation firm. We handle C-suite executives in and out of airports, get them to meetings. We handle group movements, convention management. We just move people around in nice equipment. We're the AccuTrans group. The AccuTrans group, we rebranded in the fall of last year. We were just AccuTrans Inc., but we're also Limousines Incorporated. We're also Broncos Limousine Service, and so on and so forth. So we put together a few different brands, and we decided to rebrand into the AccuTrans group, because it better tells the story of what we are. We're a conglomerate of professionals that chauffeur people. And I'm Matthew Carroll. I am the president of the AccuTrans group, and I served 4.5 years in the United States Navy.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of VetBizTV. We're sitting here with Matthew Carroll from AccuTrans Group here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He is a veteran-owned business. He's doing fantastic things right now. He was just listed as one of the top veteran-owned businesses in the Milwaukee area. And Matt, I just want to thank you for your time today and having us in here to tell us your story and about your firm here.
Thanks for coming by, Brian.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
Can you just give everybody a little bit of a background and who you are and where you came from, and maybe where you grew up at?
Sure. So I am Matt Carroll. I'm the president of the AccuTrans Group. We're based in Milwaukee. I grew up not far from here on Milwaukee South Side in the Bayview neighborhood. We drive people.
Why did you decide to join the military? Why was that a smart move for you?
I was a pretty squirrely 18-year-old, and I couldn't sit in a classroom any longer. And I always wanted to do something that was bigger than me. And I'm third generation military. My dad's dad was Army, my dad was Army, and I went in the Navy. I've always liked big boats and airplanes, so I thought that was a good fit.
Awesome. So, Navy, you were on ship for a while. Where did you get deployed to?
We've done a couple tours in the Middle East. We were stationed in the Persian Gulf, but there was a lot of stuff before that and after that we did as well. Got to see all sorts of cool places in the world. We deployed out of San Diego, so we saw a lot of the Pacific. We were in Japan, Hong Kong, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, Perth, Australia, places like that.
Excellent. So what inspired you to become an entrepreneur then after the military?
I wasn't really all that inspired to be an entrepreneur at first. I met a gentleman at a tavern. And,
Not Ton Tavern.
No. And we started talking, and I started working for him part-time, and then I did that while I was going to school, and eventually started working for him more and more, and eventually I bought him out and bought a few more companies since.
What's one thing that you've taken from your military experience that you're applying to your business today?
Attention to detail. It's all about attention to detail. You've got to know what you're doing, when you're going to do it, and where you got to be. And as long as you keep those basic bases covered, everything just falls into place.
Sure, that's awesome, especially in what you're doing.
For sure.
You know, picking people up, and you want to obviously give them a great experience so that they keep coming back.
It's all about the service.
So part of the slogan of VetBizTV is Aim, Execute, Advance. So when you took over the business, was there anything that you changed? Did you have a target in mind, or did you have a vision that you wanted, where you wanted to take the company?
I wanted all about growth. It was all about growth. I saw several different opportunities from just working in the business that I thought that if I could apply it, that it could take us places. And so far, so good.
So when you took over the business, how many employees did you have at that time?
Oh, I don't remember. That was a long time ago. Maybe 12, 15, maybe.
So now you're up to 38?
Yeah.
38, you said? So How are you moving forward? How are you executing everything that you're doing on a daily basis, taking that vision that you have and executing on it?
Well, it's growth through doing what you're already good at. We've built a really great internal team to execute the mission of just doing things well. And as with anything in life, the more often that you do things, the better you are at them. And upon completion of that, your client should feel happy or elated that the job was done well. And then it turns into a referral-based network, and so we just continue to perpetuate.
So you're a Milwaukee-based company, but you had mentioned that you're nationwide.
We operate globally.
You operate globally.
We provide car service anywhere in the world. We have a very strong and extensive affiliate network, and we book car services everywhere.
So how do you fulfill those services when you go out there? And
it's through our affiliate network. So our oldest brand is Limousines Incorporated. It's 36 years old, and as a result of its tenure in the industry, it's developed itself quite an extensive affiliate network. So we work with partners out of New York, California. We've got a group in France right now, and so just through time and service, it's developed itself. And so these relationships that have been going on for a long time, we all have very similar standards, and so we feel confident that we can book the travel for our client here in Milwaukee and have it executed with our level of service in the foreign destination.
That's phenomenal. That sounds like something that I'd like to take advantage of. Because
give it a shot.
Right? Well, you know what you can expect.
Right.
If you've used you here, you can know what to expect there as well. So
right. Yeah, it'll be the same thing here as it is anywhere else.
What advice would you have for a new veteran that's coming out of the military service, and they're looking for a job and they're transitioning either into entrepreneurship or into a career? What advice would you have for a veteran like that?
Just start dabbling in anything. You'll be surprised what falls into place. If you apply the same principles and ethics that you had while you were in the service, things are always going to fall into alignment. Granted, it's not all by case of luck, but you create your own luck with the tools that you were given in the military.
What's one thing you'd like to tell our viewers about your company that maybe they don't know about, or that you'd like to get out into the marketplace?
We're really good. That's really about it. There's not much else. It's a very simple plan. Just keeping it simple, and it works.
How can people connect with you personally and your business?
Any way that they'd want. Just don't send me a facsimile. I'm all over the digital stuff. You reach out that way. Our front door is always open. It doesn't even need to be about business. If anyone ever just wants to come in a conversation, I always have a bottle of brandy sitting on my desk. Sure.
So what's your website?
Our website is the AccuTransGroup.com. It's our parent website. Also found on LinkedIn. So same thing, AccuTrans Group, and you'll see all of our employees, including myself, on there. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for your time again today. And if you're looking to have a drink, specifically brandy, and you're in the Milwaukee area, stop by and see Matt. He'd love to have a drink with you and talk business.
For sure, for sure.
But appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. This episode of VetBizTV is brought to you by the Star Group, Insurance and Risk Solutions, serving and protecting veteran-owned businesses. The Wisconsin Veterans Chamber of Commerce. Our mission is your success. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of VetBizTV. We really do appreciate you watching. If you have any questions or comments, please put them below. We'd love to hear your feedback. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.vetbiz.tv. Just hit the subscribe button. You'll be informed of all of our newest episodes and content coming out. Again, I want to thank you again for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.